welcome to my channel. I am a budget mama based in the UK and my little family of 3 is working to a cash budget to help us keep control of our finances. Some of you are going to be very disappointed. This is not a boozy budget. I have far too much to do today. This is my one child-free day, so I have to get all of the cleaning and tidying and everything done because I have decided that 2023 is the year that I am going to get my shit together. Both literally and figuratively, because my is just everywhere in this house. It's absolutely, horrendous. So I'm on the coffee today. If it looks a little bit weak, it's because I'm on my last, 3 grains of coffee, so I need to buy more and I really don't want to go to the shop because it's absolutely being it down. So I'm rationing myself and having a couple of weak ones instead of my usual. So the plan is to get my stuff together. I would like to organize, I would like to tidy, I would like to clear out all of my clutter. Not all of, most of. Okay, I don't want to label myself a hoarder, but I do have a slight problem getting rid of stuff. I've discussed it with my husband. He knows that I have a problem and agrees that I have a problem. Yeah, it's like I don't like getting rid of things because I don't want to come a month, 2 months, 6 months down the road and come to try and find the thing that I've got rid of and be like, oh, well, now I've got a use for it. I knew I kept it for a purpose and now it's not here and I've got to... It's partly the expense of having to replace it that I don't want to, have, but also, I don't know. I don't want to... Say it's a cupboard and I think, well, we're not using it quite at the moment and okay, I'll sell it on Facebook Marketplace for 10 quid. But then a couple of months down the road we reorganise and we move the furniture around and we have the perfect spot for the cupboard and now I have to buy one off Facebook Marketplace for 20, 30, 50 quid. What can I say? I've got a problem. I mean, that's just the scenario that comes to mind. There are lots of crafty stuff I don't like getting rid of. My daughter's stuff I don't like getting rid of because I worry that even though she's not playing with it now, maybe in a few months she might be interested. And I know logically I know that she probably won't be, but yeah, problem, big problem. So anyway, that is my goal. One of my many goals. So this year, did you do New Year's resolutions? I did New Year's resolutions. No, not really New Year's resolutions. They were just kind of things that I would like to do this year. So kind of a resolution, I guess. No, God, I'm rambling. I swear there's no whiskey in my coffee. I'm just having verbal diarrhea on camera. It's very, very not good. Oh God. Anyway, so as well as getting my shit together, or part of getting my shit together, I've got a couple of savings challenges that I have actually drawn up cheat things for. So I've got my £100 coin challenge. It's really catchy. So that one's sorted, and then I have my £1,500 note challenge. So this is kind of what I would have saved doing the the envelope challenge, the yearly envelope challenge thing, but without all of the pound coins because they're going in there. So £1,500 note challenge. So I've got 5s, 10s and 20s, and obviously in 1 week I could do a 10 and a 5 or a 20 and a 5, but that would give me £1,500 if I filled every box, which I hope to do twice this year. That is the hope, the plan, the goal, I don't know. And then I've just got the 3 envelopes, one for my 5s, one for my 10s, one for my 20s. I will probably run out of space and have to put it in something else, but they look pretty for now. So yeah, so savings challenges are one of my goals. Cleaning and tidying and organising, I just, not excessively. I just want my house to be acceptable for people to visit without feeling judged for the state of it. Does that make sense? I'd also like to try and make an effort to cook from scratch, which I'm doing quite well with currently. It's only like 4 days in, but it's going well. And then I would like to do some crafty stuff for me because I always make crafty stuff to give away, and I'd like to try a new craft. So, I'm probably going to think of more things. I should make a list. I haven't actually written these down. They're just kind of in my head, and my head is so full of other stuff that they will probably disappear out of my head. Anyway, let's stop rambling and get started. So if you saw my last video, I don't know, one of them, I'll try and link it down below in the description maybe? I don't know, I've never done that. Let's try that. But in that video, I went through my budget and it's changed a little bit because we are now down to one income because I quit my job at the supermarket. I'm now regretting that decision. Thank you to any of you who sent positive thoughts to my husband for his interview, his final interview for this job. He has not got it. So feeling a little bit of pressure for the budget at the moment because I obviously know that it wasn't guaranteed that he was going to get it, but he felt really positive about it and we were really hopeful that he would get it. And the fact that they paid for him to go down to London for his final interview, it all seemed really positive, and it's a big disappointment that it's not worked out, but he has other jobs, like interviews lined up. But yeah, I think I'd already kind of mentally spent the money and kind of rejigged the budget to allow for the additional income. And so between that disappointment and the disappointment that I have not actually got any Shopify projects from my friend's business yet, it's all feeling a little bit not where we wanted to be at this point in the month. But anyway, so if you so my point oh my god. So my point was so the point was that I have rejigged the budget. We used to put 170 into our weekly envelopes, and we used to put, I don't know, whatever came from the other income into the other plus savings challenges. I think 80 went into the sinking funds, and then whatever was left kind of went into the savings challenges. So that has changed. We're now putting 220 into the weekly and the sinking funds, and kind of only what's left from the previous week is the only money that's able to go into savings challenges, unless I get a Shopify gig, and then we'll have a good amount of money. Oh god. I remember in a previous video saying that I have not planned what I'm going to say and it's all just blah, and that is my style apparently because it's happening again. Oh god. So there should be 220, but we've already put 60 into the car, so we're not paying into fuel, so there's actually 160 here. So I'm just gonna shut the F up and get going. I'm so sorry. Or you're welcome. If you enjoy my rambling, you're welcome, and if you don't, I'm sorry. You know, just cover all bases. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that's 160. And then, like I say, 60's already gone into the car in fuel because my husband spent an absolute truckload of money in fuel getting down to the sodding interview that didn't go anywhere. Which adds to the frustration because he had to take 2 days holiday, one to drive down, one for the interview and driving home. He spent 100 quid in food and fuel just getting there. And it's, you know, it's a lot of investment on his part for this job that didn't actually lead to anything, and I'm a bit frustrated. And the reason they didn't give him the job was because he didn't have experience of two specific systems, which had they asked him about those in the first interview, he would have been able to say, actually, no, I don't have, I have a knowledge of, but not a hit the ground running kind of knowledge of, and that's what they were looking for. And if that's what they were looking for, they should have bloody asked and not wasted his time or holidays or money. Anyway, I may be a little bit smidge bitter about the whole situation. So anyway, let's the cup thing. Cup plate thing. Ooh, that's a grubby plate. We don't want to play with that. Okie dokie. So, cup for change stuff that comes out. There's not a lot of money left in food. There is another £1.51 somewhere. I found it on a shelf and I had it in my hand and I've put it down and I don't know where it went. So that'll go into my little jar of forgotten coins at some point. But for now, there's not a lot. Oh, I can just, I don't need a fresh cup. I can just add it too. So this is my little cup of forgotten coins. So this came out last week, plus there was some change that I found somewhere, I don't know. So this is going into the savings challenges, so I can just add to that. So that is, yeah, okay, that's good. Petrol all got spent on, we're not even getting into that anymore. Self-care got spent on something. Miscellaneous, bye-bye, it's gone. Pets, there is a little bit left, but I did say in a previous video that I'm going to allow this to build up, so there's £8.50. Don't know what we spent £1.50 on. So I am going to let that build up because we do need litter and we also need dry food and probably treats. So the litter would eat all of that, so then we'd have nothing left. So we're going to let that build up. Anyway, it's going to be one of those videos and I'm not even drinking. It's not good. Fun money. Apparently we spent it on something. Let's see what's left. Oh god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, £8. There is £8 in fun. I'll take the change out and leave the coins, like the pound coins in. Will I? Yeah, might as well. Gifts we didn't touch. Clothing we didn't touch. So I think we're up to 40 in clothing. 20, 30, 35, 40, yeah. And savings we didn't touch. So these little sinking funds are going to build up. I am going to cap most of them at 50. Most? All? Not the gifts. The gifts will all continue to grow over the year. But all of the other ones, fun, clothes and savings, are going to be capped at 50. We haven't taken anything out of the boat fund because I am useless and have not ordered the part. There's been other things on my mind. And I've completely flaked on boat stuff. This is the gardening fund. I'm still yet to order a polytunnel because, did I mention? Complete flake. And then this is my daughter's child benefit, which we have yet to touch. Mainly because it's been peeing it down all week and we've not been able to go out and do anything fun. So, but we have had some really good days at home. I think something in her brain has like clicked or something. Because it seems like she's kind of hit an age where she can entertain herself. So she'll play, she'll do crafty stuff. She likes listening to Postman Pat's stories on the CBeebies radio website thing. And she'll quite happily do stuff on her own while I do stuff on my own. And that is like a whole new situation because before this, she needed my input, she wanted me to play with her all the sodding time, and it was, challenging, let's call it that. So, So anyway, so that is all of what has come out, which there's no notes in there, which means I can't pay into my note challenge, which is going to be disappointing. But let's see what we can do. Am I seeing another jar of change? 1 second. Okay, I'm seeing a jar of like shrapnel, so we'll add that. I still don't know where the £1.51 went. It'll show up somewhere at some point. So food, we are putting 50 in. With kind of focusing on cooking from scratch and trying to be a bit healthier, like we've got to the point that we're relying on a lot of convenience food, and that it's not the healthiest. So I'm going to keep it at 50 for a little bit. I might do some like challenge weeks where I give myself a very small amount, just if like the food in the cupboards is built up and I've got a lot of store cupboard stuff, and maybe I'll have a week where I buy minimal fresh stuff and see what I can use in the cupboards and the freezers. But I'm not going to do the rolling kind of budget for the food at the moment. We'll see. Later in the year we will see. So we are putting 10 into self-care, 10 into miscellaneous, and 10 into cat fund. And then we are looking at the sinking funds. So we are putting 20 into fun. Oh, did I mention I skipped I mean, you know that I'm not paying into petrol because I've already said it. It's fine. I'm just being a special person. So 20 is going, so we've got 20 in fun, 20 in gifts, and then have I miscounted? And then I want to put 10 into say, having a moment. Anyway, my brain's just not. So I was cap clothing at 50. So I'm going to put the 20 in, take 10 out, which is only what I would have only put 10 in anyway. But then I've only got, oh, that's it. No. So savings, I want to put 10 in. There we go. I've lost my, well, no, I have misplaced my 5-week top-up thing. So I was missing a tenner. So 10 has gone into savings. We're going to put 10 into the boat. And then we are going to put 10 into the 5-week top-up. So this is just when we have a 5-week month, like a full 5-week month, then I would spend this. When I find my 5-week top-up envelope thing, I will spend it. But for the moment, it is AWOL. So I'm just tucking it in the back here. Oh, God. I would like to say that I'm confident that it will show up, but my daughter is a bit of a kleptomaniac, and I have not a lot of confidence that it's not going to wind up hidden in a pile of her stuff in like 3 years' time. So that's everything paid in. It's looking, I mean, it's not looking great, but it's looking better than it could be. So let's go with that. Let's throw those over there. And then I've got my jar, I've got my cup of change. So I'm not going to be able to pay into my note challenge because I have no notes, but I will be able to pay into my pound coin challenge, which I do have a fair few of. I will need to find my Sharpies. So the plan this year is pounds. Nope, £2, there we go. I think that's all of them. So the plan this year is I'm going to split my savings into 3. So imagine that I have some notes over here. I'm going to have my note challenge here. I'm going to have my pound coin challenge here. And then all of my shrapnel is just going to go into a big jar. And maybe every 3 months I'm going to kind of throw it in one of those coin county things at the bank and see what happens and hope for the best. But for now, I've got a very empty toothless for my pound coins. And I've got a very large coffee jar that is for my notes. No, not notes, because they're not notes. Oh my god. For my shrapnel, coins, stuff. So I need to find my Sharpies. 1 second. I am honestly surprised that they were where I thought they were. So that's good. Normally stuff is never where I think it is because my child moves stuff or I forget where I put it or I don't know, various other reasons. Right, so pound wise we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So, oh, let's move those first. So all my change is just going to go in my big jar. So the plan with the pound coins is that I'm going to save up 100 of them, or £100 worth of pounds, £2, whatever, and then I'll take them to the bank, convert them to notes, and then they will go into my note challenge. So at least my note challenge is still progressing even though I have no notes this week. You know what I mean. So let's do... Oh, let's just do pink. I'm lazy. I am lazy. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones and 3 2s, 1. So I've done my I never replace my laminator, so I've done my sellotape trick. It will work fine enough. As I've said before, if it works, I don't care if it's pretty or not really. As long as it is functional. So what I am finding, so with thinking about getting organised and stuff, I am thinking, like, my brain instantly goes to, oh, I need to, okay, my brain goes there because YouTube and the internet tells me to. So instantly I'm like, okay, I need to buy this particular thing, or I need to invest money in this organising system, or these boxes are definitely 100% going to make me more organised than I currently am. So I feel like I'm basically like hardwired to spend money to achieve a goal. And I found, in all honesty, I found that when I started budgeting, you know, you have to have these particular budgeting wallets and you have to buy all of these like challenge sheets online and Etsy, and everybody you watch seems to be trying to sell you something. Like, oh, I'm using this sheet and doesn't it look pretty and you can buy it on my Etsy store and blah. No. Piece of paper and some sellotape and it will be reusable enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can make another one next year. But it'll work for now, for what I need it to. Which, I mean, part of the point of budgeting is not really having the money to spend. So I don't want to blow a load of cash trying to save a few quid. when I've spent 20 quid and I've saved 7, so blah. Anyway, oh god. I think there may have been something in that coffee because I'm feeling a little bit blah. Or maybe it's just that I've got so used to being tipsy while doing these videos and just spouting every little thing that comes into my head that, I don't know, maybe like psychologically my brain's going, you must be drunk, you're doing a video. Oh god, that would make it a lot cheaper to get tipsy at least. Anyway, so that's kind of everything sorted. So 15 quid, not great, but better than nothing. And I am a couple of days late recording this, so we would actually be refreshing our budget a couple of days sooner than usual, if that makes sense. So there should be notes left from this week's budget that can go into my note challenge. So I am excited for it to build up. It's going to be really daunting. I didn't want to do the individual envelopes because I thought that would psychologically be like, oh, look at all of these empty ones and I've only filled like 2. So that's why I've kind of gone for the colouring in the boxes and then just putting them into the little envelopes. Yeah, it'd be fun. So anyway, I'm sure there were other things that I wanted to tell you today. I get distracted and then I forget stuff. But I will make a note between now and my next video and hopefully try and make these a little bit more structured, or at least make it so that I don't forget stuff that I want to actually cover. Do let me know if you would be interested in seeing any of the get my shit together activities that I do, whether that be cleaning, tidying, organising, who knows. I don't know. I'm trying to take 1 room per day and I'm not even doing the whole room. I'm literally, I mean, the other day our room was, oh god, our room was horrible because we had all the boxes with the Christmas stuff, like decorations that were waiting to go in the loft. We had those piled down one wall. I have a wardrobe and drawers, but my clothes usually end up in the wardrobe. And then I've got like crafty stuff piled up intending to get sorted and put away, and then I never do, and then more stuff gets piled on top and then it gets lost, and it's all very bad. So I made good inroads the other day, and actually, yeah, husband's put all the Christmas stuff in the loft. His side of the bed is looking much nicer. My side is horrendous. So, I mean, part of me doesn't want to share because there's the embarrassment of showing the state that it was in to start with, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do some before and after pictures of areas that I tackle each day. And if you are interested, or if you would like kind of more of a step-by-step thing, do let me know. It's certainly a prospect. I don't know. But one of the big areas that I want to tackle is my kitchen. Oh my goodness. In fairness, compared to a lot of kitchens, we do have a good amount of storage, but we don't have a massive kitchen and we don't have a massive amount of storage, and it's not very well organised. And I do go to Rogers regularly, so I get like quite a few bulk shops, and I don't have a pantry to put those in. So, yeah, so realistically we don't have enough storage for the amount of food stuff we have in the house. But maybe I'm hoping that some different organisational techniques and actually going through my cupboards and getting rid of all the outdated stuff and having stuff in the same place, so having all my baking stuff together and all of like my spices together. I'm hoping that it will make a difference. I'm hoping it will make it tidier and more organised, but there's no guarantee, is there really? I can just try something, and if it works, brilliant, and if it doesn't, then we will give up and no, we will try something else. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I need more coffee. This one's getting cold. Do let me know if there's anything that you would particularly like to see this year. So whether that be like our backstory, I have alluded to the fact that we were in a lot of debt a few years ago. We did pay it off using kind of kind of Dave Ramsey snowball. We sort of we did that and we paid it off. We paid off a good chunk of debt in a couple of years. But if that's something you're interested in, then do let me know. If there's anything else that you would like to see or know, or if there are any challenges that you've seen that you think I would enjoy doing, comment down below and let me know so that I can try them and, I don't know, let you know how I do. But I'm going to go because otherwise I'm just going to carry on rambling all day. I will catch up with you in the next one, guys. Take care and happy budgeting.